Guys, how you doing? This is Mango etc. and I'm here today to bring you the review for K episode 13, and now this is the last episode. I know, but yeah, like you can expect from last episodes, everything seems to just wrap itself up in this episode. Shiro, he finally deals with the seventh king, the colorless king, and how he does this was actually quite smart. His plan was him and the black dog. They find Kokori, and obviously they know that this colorless king has taken over Kokori's body. So they're talking to her, and what the Silver King is trying to do is trick them into thinking that Kokori is fighting for control, but they are able to catch him out because Kokori, well, I should say the colorless king, he refers to Shiro as Shiro, but the colorless king doesn't know that Kokori doesn't know Shiro, shouldn't have no memories of Shiro. So this is how they catch him out. And what this colorless king tries to do, he tries to take over his original body again, but obviously because this was all part of the Silver King's plan, he is then able to trap him inside and like restrain him. That's the word I'm looking for. And restrain him for a little bit. Once he's done this, he orders the black dog to take Kokori off the island. So by this time, the island is just filled with kings: the colorless king, the silver king, the red king, and the blue king. What happens after this is that Ishiro, he goes over to where the blues and where the blue king and the red king were fighting. I can't really call it much of a fight because for the most part, what we see is there's two swords of Damocles and they're just clashing into each other. This is what you get to see of the fight for the most part. But when Yashiro gets there, he speaks to the Red King. He's like, here's the guy that you're looking for, like, finish me off. And then he says, finish me off. And like the Red King was like, he's all for it, like this is what you wanted from the get-go. So he kills Shiro / this colorless king. And I gotta say, for that scene, it was deep because he punches right through him, and then like there's a delay, and then there's just some big explosion, and the explosion's huge, and that was just deep. That's a very deep way to go. But yeah, he does that, and we find out that he kills both of them. It seems he kills both of them, the colorless and the silver king, and like we've been warned about all this time, this causes his vice-mint level to reach its limit, and we know that once your vice-mint level reaches its limit, your sword of Damocles falls from the sky and then in essence kills you, because that's what it looks like. Makoto and the Blue King, they have like a final talk, and the Makoto, he says a couple more things. Like I remember one of them was like an apology to Anna, just saying that I can't show you this lovely shade of red that you see anymore, and he's ready to accept his fate, ready to die. And as his sword falls from the sky, it's the Blue King who he hops in, and he decides that he's gonna kill the Red King. And because he killed the Red King, the sword of Damocles, his sword, the red sword of Damocles, it disappears. And so I guess that evades the creator situation that was spoken about through the whole series. And I guess this is what it means. I guess this is what was meant from the get-go when they say that only the Blue King can stop the Red King, kind of thing. See where I'm going with it? Well, we do get that's the majority of the episode, but we also do get some emotional scenes, some other scenes as well. We get to see the scene of when Yatta and Shimi, they first join up with the Reds. You see them, and like there are two kids on the street, and then he had to throw a bottle of drink, and then from there they just joined with the Reds. Also in this episode we get the Black Dog. He decides to like become an official. He decides that he wants to serve the Silver King now, so he becomes an official clansman of the Silver King. We see like the transfer of powers, like with the whole glow thing. So we know that that's an official link right there. We do have that. Just for me, this episode was emotional. It did almost bring me back to tears. Like, we know that after Makoto dies, and we see all of the Red Clansmen, and they're like, no bones, no guts, no ash, or whatever that is. They're saying out to this guy in memory of the Red King. We see all the red lights going up into the sky, which I think symbolizes the fact that like the Reds have now lost their powers. I don't think they have their powers anymore. And yeah, just I think the whole episode was emotional. Even the bit where you have the Blue King kill the Red King, I was like, oh. I just think the whole thing was emotional. The whole thing of how when the Black Dog and Nico went back to like where he died, and they found his umbrella, and Nico's upset and unconvinced of that Yoshiro is dead. The episode does leave us thinking, is he dead or is he alive? Because they keep going back to the fact that they say that the Silver King is the immortal king. So that leaves us thinking, is he alive or is he dead? And I just don't know what to think at this point, as if he's alive or is he dead or not. And yeah, that's everything I want to say on this episode. Fortunately, I'm fully aware that the story does not stop here. I know there's a movie, and I know that's already out. I've seen the link to it on kissanime.com where I watched K. I've seen a link to the movie, but I'm also aware I do need to do some more homework on this to be sure. But I'm led to believe that there's going to be a second series, so Yoshiro should return because he's the immortal king. But I do hope they find some way to bring back Makoto, because I really liked his character, and it'd be a shame if he was gone and not part of the second series and this movie as well. So, but I don't know. My final thoughts. No, let me give you the rating for this episode, and then I'll give you my final thoughts in the series. So the rating for this episode is going to be 4.5 star. I did think that how they dealt with the Colourless King was a bit too easy, a bit too convenient. I think they could have done a bit more, like, I don't know, some sort of battle at least where he gets back his original body or something, and then I don't know. I just would have liked a final battle, a proper final battle, and we didn't really get that. And so for that reason, it's going to be a 4.5. Like everything else, like Yoshiro's plan, how this episode was all emotional and all that, I think that rate makes it a 4.5. But I do have my little nitty gritty nitpicks with the episode, so it can't be a 5. And yeah, that's it. So I'm going to talk about my final thoughts in the series. I'm not going to I don't want to spend too long on this really, so I'm just going to say that the series was great and definitely worth the watch. I'll definitely rewatch it in the future. And yeah, that's it. So that's it, guys, for me for this review. Like always, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, but most importantly, take care. Have a nice day. Oh, and since how the movie's already out, I'm going to watch that, and then I'm going to get the review out on that as soon as possible. I can't and won't, because I don't want to break promises, give you a date. So yeah, ASAP for that on the movie. So if you've been watching my K reviews, look out for that one. Take care. Have a nice day.